I used to believe trust was the strongest part of marriage, but night after night I found myself staring at the empty side of our bed. My wife, Claire, always said she was working late. At first, I respected her ambition. She was sharp, determined, and full of drive. But over time, it felt like her career had replaced me. The late nights became routine, her phone was always on silent, and her presence at home grew thinner by the day. The small details started to eat at me. She would shower before coming home, wear new perfume that didn't smell like something for the office, and sometimes leave her wedding ring behind on days filled with client meetings. One night, she came home distracted, kissed me like she was checking off a list, and locked herself in the bathroom with her phone. That was when I realized I didn't even know who she was working with anymore. I decided to test my instincts. I told her I had a business trip, kissed her goodbye, and left with a packed bag and a fake hotel receipt. She smiled at me sleepily, already glued to her phone. Instead of leaving town, I circled back hours later and parked near our house. I watched her leave around noon, dressed perfectly, looking like a woman on her way to battle, not a wife coming home to her husband. I didn't follow her. I had another plan. That evening, she texted me saying work would run late and that I shouldn't wait up. Minutes later, I saw a man walk up to our door with confidence. He didn't knock. He used a key, our key. My chest filled with ice. I didn't rush in or explode in anger. I just watched as the lights flickered upstairs and shadows moved across the curtains of our bedroom, our bed. I lifted my camera, focused, and captured the moment, him, shirtless, standing by the window with one of our wine glasses in hand. I sent the picture straight to Claire. No words, no accusations, just the truth staring back at her. It didn't take long before my phone lit up. She called again and again, but I let it ring. Her text followed. It's not what it looks like. Please let me explain. That made me laugh bitterly. What else could it be? I blocked her number, started the engine, and drove away, finally letting the silence speak for me. But the story didn't end with that picture. The next morning, Claire showed up at Derek's place, where I had been staying to clear my head. She looked wrecked, hair messy, makeup smeared, and still in the same suit from the night before. She pounded on the door, crying my name, begging for me to listen. I watched from upstairs as Derek stepped outside to block her path. She demanded to see me, but Derek's answer cut like a blade. You already did. In the picture, she froze, trembling, before finally retreating to her car in silence. I thought that would be the end, a clean break. But Claire didn't let go. She started emailing me, calling my sister, even showing up at my office insisting there was more to the story. And in a way, she was right, there was more. I hired a private investigator, not out of revenge, but because I needed the full truth. If I was going to walk away, I wanted to see just how deep the betrayal went. The answers crushed me. The man in our bed was Evan Mercer, a junior partner at her firm. Fresh out of grad school, ambitious, and arrogant, the kind who saw married women as trophies. They hadn't just started, they had been together nearly a year. There were hotel receipts, endless, client dinners, that stretched into the early morning, and fake calendar entries filled with codes like, strategy session, and, partnership prep. The most painful blow came from their private messages. Screenshots from a cloud account I never knew existed showed her mocking me. To him, she described me as dull, safe, predictable. She wrote that she used to love me, but had outgrown me. One message ended whatever remained of my heart. She told him, he's still waiting at home for me like a puppy. It's almost cute. Almost. That was it. That was the moment I knew I wasn't just leaving her, I was erasing her from my life. The next day, I met with a lawyer. Within a week, the divorce papers were ready. No confrontation, no fight, just a pen on paper, and silence that finally felt like freedom. When Claire was finally served with the papers, she didn't break down, she exploded. She called me a coward, accused me of destroying our marriage over what she called a mistake. She even had the audacity to claim she was planning to confess eventually. But I knew better. She wasn't sorry for what she did, she was only sorry she got caught. 2 weeks later, I left the city behind. Derek helped me find a new place, smaller, quieter, with no memories hanging on the walls. Starting over wasn't easy. It was slow, painful, but it was clean. Months later, an unexpected email appeared in my inbox. The sender's name made my stomach turn, Evan. The subject line simply read, "You were right." I opened it. His message was short, almost bitter. He wrote that Claire had told him I was boring, but admitted she had lied to both of us. He said she had played him, too, and that she probably just needed someone to fill the emptiness inside herself. He ended it with, "Just thought you should know." I stared at the screen for a moment before deleting it. Because by then, I no longer cared. Claire was just a chapter I had read for too long, one written in trust and betrayal, and I had finally torn it out of the book of my life. As for Evan, he ended up exactly where he belonged, standing in my place, in my house, in my bed, captured in a single picture that ended everything. A picture she'll never forget, no matter how much she wishes she could. This story is a reminder that betrayal doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it comes quietly, through late nights at the office, unanswered questions, and subtle changes that build into something undeniable. What began as suspicion turned into cold truth, revealed in one picture that shattered everything. In the end, it wasn't just about infidelity, it was about respect, trust, and the courage to walk away when love is no longer real. Claire's lies cost her a marriage. Evan's arrogance left him exposed. And for me, the pain of loss became the start of freedom, a chance to rebuild without shadows. Some chapters aren't meant to be rewritten. They're meant to be closed. Disclaimer: this story is a work of narrative adaptation created for entertainment and awareness purposes. While inspired by real-life themes of relationships, trust, and infidelity, names, characters, places, and details have been modified to protect privacy. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, is purely coincidental. The goal of this content is not to promote or glorify infidelity but to highlight the emotional realities and consequences that come with broken trust. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you for following this story to the end. Betrayal leaves scars, but it also teaches us that self-respect and truth are worth more than any broken promise. Every story shared here is a reminder that while pain may linger, freedom and healing are always possible. We truly appreciate your time and support. If you found this story moving, make sure to subscribe to this channel for more powerful and eye-opening infidelity stories. Your engagement keeps these stories alive, and together we can continue shedding light on the hidden truths behind love, trust, and betrayal. See you in the next story.